Alright, back at it. Here we go. Gonna find the common room. Leave it. Oh, this is where we left off last time. So we've got to talk to our new classmates. Or housemates.
Oh, hello. She's awfully regal, isn't she?
Is that your owl?
I don't know who she is. Likely one of the Hufflepuffs around here. Owls choose their own company anyway. Wait, you're the new 5th year. Quite the dramatic entrance you made. Can't imagine wanting to call attention to yourself, especially since everyone will be watching to see how much you already know.
Well, we don't know much.
I am a bit concerned. I have a lot of catching up to do.
Indeed. 4 years of schoolwork is a bit... Being that far behind, I'd feel so... inadequate. Of course, presumably, as a hard-working Hufflepuff, you'll prove yourself in no time. I'm hard-working too, as you might suspect. But sometimes I think I should have been a Ravenclaw. I've rather a searing wit. At least people have always told me so.
I'm sure they
Lenora, by
have.
the way. Lenora Everly. Well, mustn't keep you. You've such a lot to do.
Do you really think you should have been in Ravenclaw?
Well, my brothers were. They both work in the ministry now. I suppose you could say that wit runs in the family. My aunt was a Gryffindor, though, and I've always had plenty in common with her. Determination, valor, daring. The old sorting hat was spoiled for choice with me.
Being braggadocious at all.
It was nice meeting you, Lenora.
Of course. Adieu.
Arthur's got
You don't need to be frightened, little cat.
I can't quite reach.
Come on, you went that way.
Cats do whatever they
Hope
want
can
to.
catch him. Big castle for a student to get lost in, let alone a cat. I'm sure you'll find your way all right. I mean, it can be a bit overwhelming at first. I still get lost sometimes.
Shoot, I played the game
Welcome to
5 times
Hufflepuff,
now,
by
and I
the way.
still get
really
lost
glad
in
to
that
have
house.
you in our house. I'm Arthur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Was that your cat?
No, one of the first years, I think. Don't have any pets of my own, unfortunately. My mother doesn't think too highly of them, especially magical ones.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think magical beasts are rather incredible.
Best thing about coming to Hogwarts. Nifflers, glumbumbles, bowtruckles. I thought they were only pictures in books before. Well, Dad did bring home a puffskein once. Mum was furious. Anyway, I better go make sure the first years caught that cat. Don't want them to be late on their first day.
Nice meeting you, Arthur. And good luck finding that cat.
Thank you. Try not to get lost in the castle yourself.
Alright, and one more. Adelia Oates.
Oh, Uncle, this doesn't sound like you. Something's wrong. Oh, hello there. You're the new Hufflepuff, yes? I'm Adelaide. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to
Adelaide,
meet you too.
not Adelia.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yes. I'm just a bit distracted. Letter from my uncle. So tell me, I've been hearing all sorts of rumors. Were you really nearly gobbled up by a dragon?
Sure was.
That one is true. Not the typical start to a new school.
That's dreadful. Well, I'm glad you made it here alive. Well, anyway, I imagine you have lots to do. I hope you have a wonderful first day.
Are you sure everything is all right with your uncle?
Oh, yes. He travels for work, always busy. I'm sure he just wrote it in a rush. Nothing to worry about.
Remember that.
Thank you, Adelaide. Be seeing you.
Of course. And good luck.
There is definitely a side quest that I will be doing.
Is the new Hufflepuff out of bed yet? Professor Weasley's waiting for them outside the common room.
Some people just sitting there by themselves staring at the wall. Wonder what they do without, TV and other stuff. I mean, they're not
Good
reading
morning.
magazines or books.
I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
This is a really good device for having a quest menu and all that stuff inside the game mode.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Revelio.
This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Oh, you recognize that painting?
I certainly would have appreciated something like a field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up.
Revelio.
Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
House Elf Recipe Book, rumored to contain some of Helga Hufflepuff's original creations. This book holds a collection of Hogwarts students' favorite recipes over the centuries. Some dishes, like pickled dirigible plums, are likely an acquired taste. Yeah. That is a big freaking book. Imagine trying to find a single recipe in that thing. So that kind of explains the menu.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Really love the design of this
Good
game.
timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay, so this just is explaining the Blue Network, so where it's a quick travel. Select the library annex. Oh, there's Central Hall. There's the greenhouses. Library. Potions. Divination. Yeah, you still have to go up a ways to get to the actual classroom.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
This game is very beginner friendly, but I have
You can
noticed
get almost anywhere in the
few
castle
things.
quickly from Central Hall.
I've noticed a few things when watching other people
Always
do
something
playthroughs.
happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
There's the library over there.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Imagine if they taught you, like, real kind of, like, lethal self-defense and stuff at school.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Yeah, Professor Ronan's probably one of my favorites. I already know what Hogsmeade is. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up
Great.
to speed in no time.
Extra homework.
Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Be a little bit honest.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now.
Give it a little bit to work with, but not
Speak
much.
of the devil, Professor Fig, your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of
You heard him.
guides,
We're special.
and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Alright, the yellow marks represent main quest. Completing main quest will further the story, unlock new features, and grant XP. Some quests are locked by spell or level requirements, and they have a little lock in the middle. In the cases you will need to be the required level or have the required spell to activate the quest. New spells can be earned by completing professor assignments, which are that little emblem there, or a quest reward.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Revelio.
The most casted spell in the game? Revelio. Ornate fountain features intricate carved statues of denizens of the magical world, including a set of stone sirens encircling the fountain base. You can actually activate this.
Siblings and I have all been sorted
Good
into
house.
different houses.
Oh well. But yep. So you hit the middle button, and it sends out a scout page, and you just follow once you select the quest. Now, like I said, there's a lot of mistakes I see people make when they do their playthroughs. I'll get that stuff later. Right now I'm just gonna stick with the quest. I'm gonna do that stuff off. Well, I might do a couple of them on camera,
Revelio.
just so people can see how they're done. All of the little puzzles, but I'm not gonna record all of them. Like I said, I'm mainly just gonna stick to the storyline and the side stories, like the companion stories. Oop, there's Peeves. But yeah, I'm not gonna include all the grinding and hunting down of just hidden crap all around the world. But oh, I was gonna say, one huge mistake I've noticed people make right off the bat is they think that just because you equip a piece of gear that you have to look like that because it's equipped. You know, they see that they'll get wand handles and they see they can change the appearance of the wand handle by switching wand handles, but they don't read the pop-up text when they hover over a piece of gear that says right there, to change appearance, push that button. F. There you go. And they can use any one of these, or choose not to show it at all. Like, there is not a single hat in the game that I use that I think looks different. I mean, this is probably the most decent looking hat in the game, I think, and I'm definitely not using it. If anything, I just put the hood up on my cloak, which is another thing I've noticed that people don't know about. You just right click your cloak and it puts the hood up or down if it has the hood. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin our first Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull.
I think that's why they moved towards the back of the
It was a token from the
classroom.
Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it.
In the movie, it's further
Now,
back in the
you may
classroom.
be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso?
Yes,
A
Levioso.
levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
All right. Levioso.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Levioso.
Good. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling.
Oh, I think normally I do charms class
Duelists,
first.
take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Maybe not. Remember what I did last time.
This
Protego.
should be easy.
Protego.
Complicate things.
Levioso.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Haggard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Revelio.
Hebridean Black.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like,
Draw some
but I
line.
know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
So unsanctioned, I think this is why Professor Hackett told us to come over here and talk to him so we could join it.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested.
Okay.
Till next time.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Okay, we got that flu network thing.
Revelio.
So our next class is going to be Charms. Your peeves going off down there. Ghost fighting.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Ah, a Gryffindor.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone?
Nope.
Anyone?
Well, you expected us to do our homework for summer vacation?
I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another.
Come on, I'd be laughing.
Do you even remember how
Good
to
old dad
perform a
jokes.
basic summoning charm?
Yeah, we're a bunch of incompetent fifth
Well,
years.
It seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom.
Of course, I mean, Harry
Now
learned
let's
his
put
in
those
fourth year.
textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Yeah, I mean, it is a fourth year spell. Accio.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember,
That's one spell I wish I knew in real
Potential is
life
nothing
as many
without
times as I,
practice.
you know,
keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here.
get settled down, ready to watch
Very
a movie
good,
or something, and then
everyone.
realize I
That's
left
enough
my
of that.
drink on the other side of the
Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
This is probably why he would be my favorite teacher, or at least tied for it. Because he's the teacher who likes to play games.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
This, I think we finally get how to we can get the aimer wand now. Yeah,
Very
there we go.
simply,
We'll finally get
cast
the
Accio on
targeting
one of the
practice.
spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
So basically, we want to stop it.
Think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
So basically, it takes about a full square or rectangle to stop after you hit the stop button. So, like, you want to get it to stop as close to this line as possible to get it in the 50.
Accio. That's it!
And you always want to angle and stuff so that you're pulling them to different spots and so you can knock the other person's ball off.
Very
Hit that
good.
one too early. Nope, nope, I still got it.
Excellent control there.
Oh,
Stay
too late.
focused. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just
I like
as
that they
before,
always
and
have
Miss
us going
Onai,
second.
You are playing red. Clear?
So much easier
Yes,
to go
sir.
second in this game. You have such a major advantage. One, you have more chances to knock their ball off the court, and two, you know exactly what you need to win. So you need to know. You know if you need to take a risk. Now let's get rid of her score.
Accio.
And give ourselves a 50.
Oh, that was an exit. Be sharp.
Oh, I think she's trying to do the same to us. Nope.
That is how it's done.
Now I'm gonna pull this one over here. Just stop it early. Nope, still got it.
Splendid!
Let us see this.
Oh, you. Huh. She didn't pull it hard enough. Alright.
Accio.
There we go.
A perfect score.
Yeah, it's about a 1 1/10 after you stop that it'll travel.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Of course, it also depends on the angle you're using too. That's if you're just summoning
I
straight
think
to
we
you.
are well past interesting.
If you're like summoning that one on the right from here,
I'll
it's
say.
traveling a longer distance, so it gets more
Focus
speed.
now,
So you
you
have to
will
cut it off
need it.
earlier.
This round settles it all.
Here we go.
Oop, she messed up. Keep going. All right, come on, box, knock it off. Oh, there we go. Just lost her points.
I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Ah, he's in the way.
Accio.
Ouch! Well played. Watch this.
30.
There we go.
I want to pull this one to where she's less likely to knock it off with the red one. Oh, I think I did that one too. Nope, nope, it's fine.
That's it.
Let us see this.
So she's gonna get one in the 50 now. Oh, she didn't pull it hard.
That is how it's done.
Yeah, that's how it's done. That's why I've already won.
Accio.
Even though I just screwed up there. Didn't matter.
Very good, both
I hope
of
they
you.
keep
Well
having
done.
these kind of games and stuff in the Hogwarts Legacy too. Actually, I wish they had
Class
more
is
of them.
dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school
I
in
would
the
really
world.
like to see that.
So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
It'd be really cool to be able to visit other schools.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
And that would also be cool, learning how to use wandless magic.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word,
if you're
you
so
would.
inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Oh, that does explain how it's used, because I was always kind of wondering about that, because we use it in combat, which you're technically pulling their clothes. You're not pulling them, but they're in their clothes, so they get pulled. They must have some really nice, fine stitched clothing.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss
Well, of course it was
Onai
Accio
is
Niffler.
always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Thank you for dismissing it as beginner's luck. Alright. So we got our new main story quest. Weasley after class. Now we gotta go talk to Professor Weasley.
Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you told me. Isn't there?
Yeah, but I'm gonna lie about it. Well, actually, I'm just gonna change it by asking her a question.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
There's
He
a
continues
dodge
to be
question.
reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler.
All summer, and
Regardless,
that's all
you
over.
must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I think I mentioned in my other playthrough. Wonder which one's the better Ollivanders. The one in Hogsmeade or the one in Diagon Alley? What if the one that wants to choose you is the one in Diagon Alley, but you're going to the one in Hogsmeade? You settle for the second best one, I guess?
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai.
I normally go with
I've noticed you spending
Natsai.
time with them.
I think I've only gone once with Sebastian, so I'm going to go with Sebastian this time.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can.
They're both
Once you've
dicks.
finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
All right. All right. Speak to Professor Ronan to receive your first assignment. Assignments are a type of quest given to you by Hogwarts professor that, when completed, reward you with a new spell. The reward for completing the first assignment will be the Mending Charm, Reparo, which is required to complete other quests. You can track assignments and their progress in the quest menu of your field guide.
All of my siblings have finished at Hogwarts.
Ah, there you are.
It's like paper. Birds. Look, you see this guy flying around.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The Mending Charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Okay.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Revelio.
This is the right area. Got it.
Levioso. Accio. Revelio.
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
Revelio.
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Mending charm repair can be used to mend broken objects and pieces in the environment. Welcome to Hogsmeade, so we're going to go to Hogsmeade now with Sebastian. There are 2 side quests in here. There's one library side up there, I think.
Accio. Revelio.
She might not be there yet.
This cannot
Well, this one
possibly
is
be as
easy, so I might
difficult as
know.
it seems.
Hello, Lenora. What are you looking at?
This will show how to do
Everyone
this at
thinks
least.
I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Alright, so this is another little puzzle. And what you do is Lumos, and it reveals that location.
Must be a clue.
And you'll see there's an empty butterfly outline there.
In case it's nearby.
So you're looking for a butterfly.
Revelio.
And Revelia will also highlight it. Of course, this is the only time that'll do it. They actually show you where to go to get it. But you'll see Revelia actually reveals the butterfly. And to use Lumos, just like you do with the picture.
Let's
Get
get
the
you
butterfly
back
to
to
come
your
with
frame,
you.
little moth.
And if you accidentally let go of Lumos, the butterfly will fly back to where it was. So you have to let go of it close to the picture.
I should tell
And then it gives
Lenora
you a
that I solved the
page.
puzzle of that empty frame.
Another tip is the butterfly is always going to be in a place that you can walk to without climbing or dropping down. Any action that you do that makes you put your wand down, like after you got Lumos up, will cause the butterfly to fly back to where it was. So it will not be in a place that you can't get to without simply walking. And it's always nearby.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out.
And this one's hilarious. The First person to ever cast Bombarda. Scorch marks, allegedly the location of the first instance of an arguably successful casting of Bombarda. Date unknown, caster unidentifiable. Because that is all that is left of him. It's the scorched outline.
Revelio.
So yeah, I just got a level from just getting pages. Broken brooms. Or broken broom. Belong to Celine Wartnaby. What a name. Who is rumored to be all that remains after she insisted on demonstrating her experimental lunar apparition charm to fellow third years. No one knows if she succeeded. Okay.
Revelio.
Flattened armor. This set of armor belonged to Sir Skagglethorn, the Headless. Wonder why he's headless. Who unwisely challenged the mountain troll to a game of musical chairs.
Hello,
That's great.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Revelio.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
I think his sister's probably beat him 100 times.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
I don't know. I think I'm like.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Natsai, I think, conversation walking here is a lot more. I think it fits better with the story because she was newer to Hogwarts, so it's like the last new student teaching the new student.
On? See for yourself.
Oh,
Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already.
To the left is
They're
the
talking
Forbidden
about
Forest.
Poppy.
Out of bounds to all students.
Revelio. Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
Yep, there it is. You know, I'm wondering.
You had much of a chance to explore the castle.
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh?
Destrals.
Any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
You know, I'm wondering if the Shrieking Shack was built yet. I know that it wasn't really the Shrieking Shack until after
I've always thought
Lupin.
Thestral's pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though
Was
I
it
suppose
Hogwarts?
most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too.
Uh-huh. He's talking about
Most
the
notably
Thestrals.
that dragon attack.
Oh.
Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Oh, no. But, you know, the Whomping Willow wasn't planted until Lupin's first year. So, but I'm wondering about when, because the
Mr.
Shrieking
Moon.
Shack was already there.
He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear.
Revelio.
Normally I've hit some
Hello,
moonstone.
Mr. Moon.
there.
Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
He's afraid of Demi
Guys.
guys.
I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state.
I don't know,
Mr.
he
Moon is
seems like the
quite
type
a
to be drunk
character.
at school.
My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts.
Revelio.
Oops.
Accio.
Ah, that's so cool.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all
Revelio.
flock to it like moths to a flame.
The Hog's Head to the left, Zonko's straight ahead.
So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished.
All right.
Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
So we've got to get our spellcrafts, which are down. Well, it's showing us the stuff. So we got Ollivanders, we got the potion shop, got the neat where you go over to get seeds, and then we got spellcrafts down here. We'll get our spellcrafts. We're gonna go get our spellcrafts first because they're right here.
Revelio.
An inquiring mind.
If you see, this right here is for Enchanted Staircase. An Enchanted Staircase in Tomes and Scrolls reveals itself a particular book is moved. The proprietor here, Thomas Brown, sells a variety of written products, including spellcrafts and handy for conjuration. So it's giving you a hint there that you can get up there somehow by moving a certain book. And of course, here's a book you can interact with. And there's a staircase.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda, student. I thought I might be seeing you soon. I am the proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course,
And you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look.
So these two are free, so those are the two we take. And we
If
will
you're
need...
interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
We will need a lot of these, depending on how you play the game. But the way I play the game, definitely, especially these two. Well, you don't really necessarily need them if you want to do everything manually with the room requirement. Hopping pot's great for getting free potions. This is great for getting free materials, like plant materials. No, wait, that's the moonstone. That's, let's see, where was it? Chopping station is the one. Well, whatever, we'll get to it later. But I'm not really going to cover too much in the room requirement, just other than unlocking it. Because it is just a lot of maintenance and it's kind of boring. And don't worry about selling things because, I mean, as long as they're not an upgrade, once you've looted them, you get the appearance. You don't have to equip them or anything like that. You just loot them, boom, you got the appearance. Because I've seen people that are, like I said on playthroughs, that don't understand that you can change your freaking outfit just appearance-wise. And they will hang on to, like, the worst pieces of gear throughout the entire game because of the way it looks.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No,
Something powerful.
No, not you. Yes. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try.
It does look really cool. And it's already got a wand handle on it. It's one of my favorite wand handles, too.
How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it.
It's actually a really neat looking wand.
Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try.
That's one weird looking wand.
Oh, goodness.
Wand said nope.
Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Alright, so this is the one I got from Pottermore or whatever. When I took my little quiz, like, well before the game. Let's see. Alright.
What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Alright, so we've got our wand, we've got our spellcrafts, and the next thing we need is our seeds and our potions. Our potion ingredients.
Revelio.
Sonkos. Level 6. Yeah, I think that's inside there. Here's a flying page.
Accio.
Okay, we got the Flu Network there. And here's the potion shop.
Revelio.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies. Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making?
Potions are so great in this game.
I've always said.
So are the
Potions
plants.
really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can
Very
heal,
much.
destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses, and I unveil new ones from time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we?
Alright. Edoras potion, which is nice defense potion. Wiggenweld to heal
Feel
ourselves.
free to take a look at the rest of my inventory.
And I wish I
Or
could get
come
these.
back another time if you're
Thunder
in a
Blue
rush
is so
today.
overpowered. You could freaking once you spec into Thunder Brew and plants, you could literally win every single fight just by throwing out a couple plants and activating a Thunder Brew that's maxed. And dodge.
Well, hello there.
You can't even get into a store because of the vines. He just sells everything outside.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo. Not everyone has the temperament to take things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way, and this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds?
Okay. Dittany seeds.
Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian.
All right. So we've got all our supplies, so now we're supposed to go meet Sebastian, and we will be doing that next time. Well, for now, that's going to be it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.